This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
The actor seemed like he was dying. I don't know if it was just because he was like super old.
I think he was actually dying.
Chris.
Here's my stuff, gentlemen. Monogamy is not real.
Gentleman Collis.
And Justin.
I wish I had bonding moments with people I knew,
But
I never have any of those.
The episode starts now.
how's it going, guys? Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everyone's favorite shows, movies, and video games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s. Before we get into anything else, I just wanted to say... So yeah, we did a Patreon thing this week. We did the... What was it? Zoolander.
You watched the commentary.
The reason why we don't remember is because we got really drunk.
For extra content, if you guys want to go check this out, you just go to our Patreon, donate some money, and you can get us watching Zoolander. And we were super wasted watching this.
We played a drinking game while we watched it for the movie, and none of us really realized it, but the rules to that game it got you really drunk within like 15 minutes. Like, it was hard.
If I remember correctly, me and John basically argued through the whole credits.
Yeah, y'all did about if it was a good movie or not. Yeah, it was a good one. It was fun. We all got together. We were actually all in the same room, and we watched it, and we had a good time, from what I remember. And
I don't remember a lot of it, but I'm sure it was great.
that should be up in the next week or so. I haven't put it all together yet, but I'll work on that.
I don't think I've even sent you the video.
You're not sending me the video.
All right, so play the theme to nostalgia news.
Did y'all like it?
Yeah.
Wait, there's a theme now?
Yeah, I added it.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Okay. So nostalgia news. Y'all got any?
So I saw that it's not really nostalgia, but this is Insomniac is bought by Sony.
Yes.
Sony Games, which is very. This came out literally today. The time we're recording, at Gamescom. The reason why this is nostalgia because Insomniac did Spider-Man, the game.
That's right. Yeah.
And now that they got Sony's money behind it, because Sony with their movies they suck, but their game development side is amazing. Like,
Spider-Man. Yeah. Hopefully they're figuring it out. Because Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse was fantastic, but we'll see.
Yeah, their game stuff is perfect, so I would not worry. This is only good for Insomniac. The money and the stuff they're going to get for them, we're going to get an excellent Spider-Man 2.
If you're a PlayStation owner, then it's exciting.
Well, that's kind of the point why they bombed, because I mean they were already pretty much
only doing
exclusive.
Yeah.
So
I have a couple nostalgia news things. Box office wise, Lion King, the new one, is now in the top 10 of all time grossing movies. So pretty crazy.
Legit. Not gonna lie.
And
That's pretty cool.
Spider-Man: Far From Home is now Sony's most profitable movie or highest grossing movie ever.
well deserved.
So,
Well deserved.
I agree. It's a good movie. Sure. Hopefully that means that MCU will keep Spider-Man for a little bit longer and we can get better Spider-Man movies than what we've seen in the past. So
They've hit on everything so far.
yeah.
Besides, at least with Spider-Man, Venom was very meh.
I didn't like it.
It was meh.
People loved it. People liked it. I think a sequel's gonna bomb though pretty hard. I know that it did really well, but I think people were just kind of more curious about what it was. And now that they've seen it, I don't think the sequel will be good. But we'll see. Maybe wrong.
I think introducing Carnage will do a lot to help.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's very.
But that intro was not good at the end. I didn't like it.
No. Like a turn in the wind.
You're talking about Venom, right?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen it.
Nah, I don't know if it's worth seeing.
It's definitely just a. If you ever find it streaming, you could watch it if you're bored.
Yeah.
It's very meh.
So, I have something to say.
Okay.
On Twitter, and this was I think there was a couple days ago. I think it might be still on trending. Seinfeld and Friends, they were having people choose between which one was better.
Uh-huh.
So, have you guys seen both series to judge this? Because I have not seen Seinfeld. I've seen maybe 5 episodes of Seinfeld.
It's Seinfeld.
You think it's Seinfeld?
Yeah, I mean, Friends is great, but Friends is also like, I don't know. It's just like set up joke, set up joke. Seinfeld, like, is just a very unique. It'll never be done again. I feel like Friends can be done again. Personally,
What do you think, Justin?
So I really like both series, but how groundbreaking Seinfeld was is really hard to ignore.
yeah,
Just because it was basically just four awful people and what they do every day. That's
Yeah.
what.
No
That's
plots.
There's no plot. There's no premise. It's literally just
Yeah.
awful people living their lives.
And it's great. Like I said, it'll never be done again. There'll be more stories about a group of friends, but there'll never be a story like that where it's like,
I don't know if there'll be more Friends.
I was about to say it's kind of hard to have the chemistry that the Friends cast had.
but Cheers did it before that, and How I Met Your Mother did it after that. I mean, it's not as good. I mean, I'm not saying it's as good as Friends, but it can be done. You can't make another Seinfeld. It's just
No,
can't
no,
be
no.
done.
And Friends is way up there. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
this is
It's
like
great.
this
I
is
mean,
de-
that's why it was having the two discussions between Friends and Seinfeld, because they're comparable because it happened at the same time, and
Right.
they're one of the top grossing and top shows of all time. So
Well, yeah, I think both of them, the finales like broke crazy records. Like it was out.
I think
out of control.
Cheers is still the number one
Finale.
finale ever. I believe so.
I
That
think
or MASH.
if you're maybe a couple years older than us, so like
Yeah.
early 30s, I think Seinfeld is always going to be your number one.
Yeah.
Maybe, and I think around our age, I think Friends is. I like both. I put Seinfeld above it just because of how groundbreaking it was.
We definitely need to watch Seinfeld because it's good. The first season's a little rough, but it's good. It's a good show.
I can quote Friends more than Seinfeld though.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I like Friends.
The humor is very different, so it makes sense to be so polarizing because the humor is very different. But
Yeah.
I think Seinfeld is just one of a kind. I think Friends isn't personally.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Next.
It's Matthew Perry's birthday today.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, there you
Happy
go.
birthday, Chandler.
do some drugs,
Damn it.
Matthew, for us.
Hey, he's sober. Probably.
Probably not.
Less we know of. Okay. All right. Cool.
He's good looking. I'm not gonna lie, Chandler's a good looking guy. Matthew Perry.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a
All three of them are
good-looking
good-looking.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I'm
I-
just looking at a picture of him right here. He's
Oh yeah,
a
that's
good-looking
good.
guy.
That's good. All right.
Did you have any other nostalgia news for us, Chris?
No, that's it for me.
All right, let's get into it. We watched Shrek this
Yes.
week. Play a song. I'm guessing you're going to play. Let's see.
All Star. It's got to be All
All-Star.
Star. Yeah.
I have
Definitely
different- I have-
Reputation.
I
right?
have
Bad
I have a
Reputation?
different opinion about this, but you play All Star.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
What's your opinion of All Star?
Okay. I guess I'll tell you this now because it kind of results in what
Okay.
it meant to me when I was little. But so All Star, a lot of people associate that song with this movie. But when it came to a movie that came before this was the Digimon movie, and All Star was in that movie. So I
Ooh,
saw
we're-
that movie
we're
first,
pulling
and
some deep
I
threads here. Digimon, the Digimon movie.
yeah.
You want me to get
The
started
Digimon
on that?
movie. All Star was in the
was.
Digimon movie, and I heard it there first, so I always associated
So was the
that
Bare
song
Naked
with
Ladies
Digimon.
song.
Yeah, I know.
That was so
But
fucking 90s.
so when I was little, I never heard the song Hallelujah.
Oh, okay.
This is the first time that I ever heard the
Uh-huh.
song Hallelujah. So when it comes to me personally, I know other people will associate All Star with Shrek, But personally, I associate Hallelujah with Shrek. Every single time I hear that song, this is the first movie that comes to mind. Or is the
That's
first?
interesting. I thought you were gonna go more for I'm a Believer, which they played at the end. Yeah,
I'm a
which is not
Believer.
good. I mean, they're all three good.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, this had a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When it came to
If y'all
those
ever,
3 songs, I really.
if y'all
like
ever
all
don't
3
want to
of
get a point, have you watch Digimon, and you will not get one.
Oh,
So-
we're watching it now.
I didn't like it back then. I'm not gonna like it now.
Oh, we're watching that movie because it is a clusterfuck.
them. Whoa! You
No,
didn't
I
like
did not.
That
Digimon?
movie is a
Stupid.
clusterfuck. Just to give you a little bit of a tease on that movie,
Uh-huh.
it's like
It's-
3 movies in one.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It makes no fucking
And
sense.
What about
Oh,
you,
anyway.
Justin? Did you like this movie?
Oh yeah, Shrek was huge.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. It was ridiculously big. I think it still probably is. Like that was the hit for DreamWorks. They knocked
It
it out
was.
of the park.
Yeah.
This movie.
It was
I
good.
mean-
I really enjoyed it when I was young, and I don't think I saw it much, but I think I definitely saw it in theaters, and I probably saw it once or twice after that. But I remember liking it when it came out.
So I guess going into what it meant to us
Yeah.
when we were little, I had my mom again. I told you guys she
Illegal,
worked at
illegal
DreamWorks.
movies, yeah.
So it wasn't illegal movies. She got
Okay,
them legit. Okay, but I got Shrek
Okay.
when it was out
Yeah.
in theaters
Sure.
as a DVD. Or I think
Does that
yeah.
sketch at all?
And
No,
not
no,
sketch.
of course
It's not sketch. But no, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I watched it so many times. I could quote most
Nice.
of this movie because I loved it so much
Nice.
when I was little. And I have a lot of favorite lines. So if we ever get to talking about a certain scene, I'll be like, okay, my favorite line
Gotcha.
in this scene is this. I'm gonna be super annoying, but
Would you
I'm
call
gonna
yourself
ask
a
for a
Shrek
lot of.
connoisseur?
You don't have to give me a lot of clips, but I'm gonna ask for a lot of clips. Hey, you need to play this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you all of your clips. If you 3 or 4 is about my max.
Okay.
So
4. Okay,
Alright.
gotcha.
yeah. Takes a long time to
I
get
heard
the
4.
clips.
I heard 4. Okay.
Or 3.
Homebrew Tree Service has been providing the DFW area with world-class tree care for many years. When it comes to tree service in the DFW area, you can trust them to provide quality work with low prices and friendly, fair customer service. Whether you have a tree that needs pruning or complete removal and haul-off service, you can count on them for a wide range of expert care. Go to hbtreeservices.com and sign up for a free estimate.
All right. Cool.
So hey, Justin, I want to throw some fun facts at everyone.
Yes.
I need you to give me a fun facts theme.
All right, here we go. Hey now, it's the Shrek's Fun Facts theme. Get your facts on.
Oh.
Yo, hey.
Train wreck. Oh my
There you go.
gosh. Okay. Well,
That's
at least got the head moving. His head was bobbing the
All
whole
that facts are here.
time. Okay. Part 2.
Only
Okay.
facts here.
Here.
Here comes John. It's a smart place where
Okay.
you looked up on the internet.
okay. Hey, we can
Yeah.
stop. We can stop. Cut it. Mute his mic.
All right. John, tell us a fun fact.
Anyway, so Steven Spielberg bought the rights to this movie 10 years before it actually aired. It aired in 2001.
It's based
in
on a book, right?
It is based on a book. So, William Steve wrote a book in 1990,
Okay.
which was named Shrek. And actually, Steve, he wrote like a bunch of children's books and everything like that. He was very popular when it came to the early 90s and the 80s. But he wrote children's books. So the director, or I'm sorry, not the director, the producer, John H. Williams, his kids brought him this book and just kind of read it to him one time, and because they really liked the book, and he really liked the story and like the character of that, and brought it to the head of DreamWorks, and then him and DreamWorks decided to actually make this into a movie.
So, question:
So
is the dragon
Yeah.
fucking the donkey in the book?
no.
So that was just added in for fun.
I mean, there was a bunch of adult things that
So-
were added
so
into
that
the
was
movie
just-
Great.
that we can talk about later. But yeah. Oh, we haven't done a plot to this movie
So
yet.
that was just the
hey,
fetish
Justin,
of the producer of the
So before
donkey
I-
fucking the
before I-
dragon.
Before I say anything,
I have a lot of questions
any
about the
other-
donkey fucking the dragon. Okay, I have a
I
list.
understand. I understand. We will get to you later. But Justin, do you want to say the plot to this movie before we go any further?
All right, so there's Shrek. He wants them to get out of the swamp. Okay, he's Scottish for some reason.
I like it already.
He's Scottish for some reason, and I'm assuming an English, British kind of area. But there's magical creatures everywhere, and apparently they put all the fairy tale creatures into a swamp. This makes Shrek unhappy.
Yes.
So him and a donkey, who's played by Eddie Murphy, go to the castle.
Oh.
And they get a quest to find the princess, and he'll give them his swamp back. They get the princess from the dragon. Turns out the princess, Twist, is also a ogre,
Yes.
and they start to connect
Twist.
and things like that. And then there's some fighting. There's some.
It sounded
art-
weird when you said that. They just started to connect.
I don't know.
Just like that.
There's some arguing. Well, they like fight and they blow up frogs and they
Yeah.
do some really sick shit. You know, some weirdo crap.
Yeah.
And then they, Farquaad tries to marry her. She's like, hell no. And they get married as she's an ogre.
There you go.
Yep,
So while with that, I'm gonna read the plot of the book. So here's
Okay.
I found it online. The story.
I didn't do this.
The story features a repugnant green monster named Shrek. Shrek can breathe fire and takes pleasure in being repulsive and destructive. After his parents
Pretty
force
close.
him to after his parents force him to live alone, I guess. Someone to typo on Wikipedia. He meets a witch who foretells that a donkey will take him to a knight whom he will conquer and marry a princess even uglier than himself. After meeting the donkey,
What sucks?
After meeting the donkey, he is taken to a castle where he defeats the knight. Inside, he meets an ugly princess, and the two get married, living happily ever after. So there you go.
There you go.
And I'm going to send you guys the book logo so you can see what Shrek looked like. Because
I saw the logo.
You saw that?
Put it up right now.
I'll
Put
put
the
it
logo up right now. But yeah, no, it's great.
yeah. So anyways, pretty close. Actually, really depressing, weird movie that they want to make into a movie.
So
yeah.
I'm far. Okay, so Chris Farley was supposed to voice Shrek.
Ah, yes.
And his storyline was before he died, he voiced 95% of this already.
You can go on
Wow.
YouTube
So,
and
but
find it. A
Really?
lot of
Yes,
it.
but they decided to change the story of Shrek, and like he died, so he couldn't voice him again, so they had to get someone else.
That's sad.
But his storyline was Shrek was a teenager, and he was trying to go against his parents' business. I don't remember what business they had, but they had some type of family business, and Shrek wanted to be a knight and rescue princesses instead of being what his parents wanted him to be. And he was like a really nice, like fat ogre.
I can see Chris probably
That
doing
sounds
it anyway.
familiar.
And Fiona was the like spitfirey type of person. So
I'll tell you guys
yeah,
right now.
that was the storyline. And they were what was Fiona? Who was she voiced
Cameron
for
Diaz.
this? No,
before.
she was voiced by someone else when Chris Farley was. Gruffalo? Is it Gruffalo?
Janine Garofalo.
Yes, Janine Gruffalo. She's from SNL.
She the girl that Dot was based off of, Justin? From Maniac? Oh. Maniacs?
Maniacs.
No.
Maniacs?
You're thinking Gilna Radner.
I've done this 3 times
Yeah.
so far, I think, in this podcast. Okay. I've confused these 2 people. Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
But yeah, so she voiced Fiona, and then you had Chris Farley voicing Shrek, and then you had Eddie Murphy, he's always voiced Donkey.
Okay.
He was voicing Donkey. So when it goes to the videos that you want to go look back, when it comes to when it comes to Chris and Donkey, or Eddie, you can go back and watch them.
I can put a clip of that in if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah. No, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is another one of those onion things.
No, this is one of those
drop it and leave me alone things.
Well, why don't you want to talk about it?
Why do you want to talk about it?
Well, why are you answering the question with a question?
Why are you asking questions I don't want to answer?
Why are you blocking?
I'm not blocking.
Then why do you have problems expressing your wants?
I don't. I want you to shut up.
So Shrek is, in 2001 when it came out, it was the top gross movie. Oh, I'm sorry, it was the second top gross movie at the time, on that year. So Shrek made $276 million that year. Harry Potter was first with $300 million. Last thing before we get into kind of like just reviewing the movie and everything like that, this is the top gross U.S. animated movie of all time. Still,
Like just in the
even
US?
after even after yes, just in the U.S. Even after Frozen, even after all the movies that have came after, this is the top grossing movie in the U.S. of all time.
Wait.
With $436 million.
You guys watched the anime movie? I thought we watched the Broadway show on Netflix. See how I watched that? You should watch it.
That's a kick right there.
I'll put a song in from it. It's terrible.
Keep your big, bright, beautiful world. I'm happy where I am, all alone. I've got all I need, so read the stinking sign.
So let's start getting into the movie, and
Okay.
we'll go through fun facts later.
Somebody once told me the world's gonna roam me.
You have the opening scene where Shrek he's
shitting.
he's shitting. He's doing a little montage though of him kind of getting through his day, and it's gross.
Disgusting.
It's really gross.
Maggots in his teeth. Really gross
Mud
stuff.
bath.
Yeah, mud bath.
One of the what do you call them? One of the people that do all the animation stuff. What do you call them?
Animators.
The animators, yeah. Whatever. The developers.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anyway, he
Wow.
actually took a mud bath to see how mud like flows,
That's dedication right there.
and everyone said that he was like super dedicated to this movie.
Very nice. Yeah, they go through it. And then this is like right when you start realizing that the fairy, like as soon as he's done, that's when the fairy creatures, what would you call them? The fairyland creatures start coming into the swamp. And he goes and finds them, and it's what. So what are they doing with the fairy? What do they want to do with them? Did they explain that?
Okay, so they don't really explain what he was doing with all the fairy tale creatures. I guess he just wanted them all picked up. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
were fairy
He was just
racists.
prejudiced. Yeah, he was just prejudiced against fairy tale creatures. But yeah, you meet Donkey when they're kind of rounding them all up
Yeah.
into cages.
Well, there's so many like cameos of different fairy tale creatures, and they do such a good
Yeah.
job of like making them kind of like the Disney ones, but not. You know what I mean? Because like when you look at some of those people, you think of the Disney characters.
My
They do a
favorite's
good job of like
Pinocchio.
making it look somewhat alike, but not too much alike where they get in trouble. You know what I mean?
My favorite is
like
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was
Pinocchio, the
Pinocchio's great.
demonic. What is it? The demonic puppet or something?
Yeah, the demonic
yeah.
puppet.
Demonic puppet.
And I love when Donkey, he's talking to him, and he starts flying, and because he's a talking donkey, he's really annoying.
I've never seen a house fly, maybe even a super fly, but you have never seen a donkey fly.
And then they show Peter Pan, he's like, he can fly.
He can talk.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Man,
That's
Eddie
a
Murphy
funny
really brought his game in this one. It was great.
Oh, okay, so I know he did really good when it came to Mulan.
Yeah.
But here, I feel like when it comes to just an animated character, I like it a lot better than he did
Just-
when it came to Mushu.
Justin, you hated Milan because you hate Asian portrayal of movies. But you said you didn't like Mushu, right?
Oh no, I said I didn't care that Mushu wasn't in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay,
did
gotcha.
say that.
You can make the
Mushu's
movie
not
without
in the live
Mushu.
action.
I was making
Didn't mean I
a joke.
didn't like him.
I know. Okay.
And you
But
know,
could you make Shrek without Donkey though? That's the real question.
no, you couldn't.
Okay.
You know, I think this also shows like how, I think a lot of people forget how funny Eddie Murphy is.
Yeah.
And how actually he's a really good impersonator. If you listen to his old stand-up, be very aware it is super, super like outdated and
Homophobic.
homophobic. It's
it's
ridiculous. But his impersonations are amazing.
Have
He's
y'all-
a really good impersonator.
Have y'all watched him on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? It just came
I
out.
haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's really
No.
good.
It's really interesting. Him talking about why he gave up stand-up. He said that he went into a show once and he just sat there for 15 minutes and was just silent, and people were cracking up, and he was like, I can literally not do anything or not be funny and people will laugh at me. So he didn't feel there was any kind of challenge left, so that's why he quit, which I found really interesting.
And they say he's trying to go back.
Now he's trying to go back because he doesn't know if he can do it because like you said, his humor is very outdated, and maybe he could pull it off now, but it's very different now.
Yeah, his stuff was woof.
Yeah, it's edgy.
It's bad.
A lot of AIDS jokes from what I remember.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but
Yeah.
I know he did it really well in this movie portraying Donkey.
Oh
He
yeah,
really brought it. It was great.
this is really one of
So-
his last good portrayals of anything. Because he made
Daddy
some really
Day-
he made some bad choices for a while.
Daddy Daycare? Are you kidding me? Great movie. Haunted Mansion? that was a
So-
movie.
Adventures
So
of Pluto
Steven-
Nash.
So Steven Spielberg, when it came to Shrek and Donkey, he did not want. It was Myers wasn't the first choice.
No.
Right.
It was Bill Murray and
Huh.
Steve Martin as
Ah.
Donkey.
Now that would have been great.
If he would have brought a big personality like he did in his stand-up, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
If he would have been
So that's-
Steve Martin in Cheaper by the Dozen, which is at the same time, it would not have been that good.
Yeah.
But
So I don't know how it would have been, but that's who Steven wanted,
Okay.
portraying those two characters. DreamWorks, when they got a hold of everything, they wanted Tom Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio to play Shrek.
No.
And then they found Nicolas Cage, and
God.
Nicolas Cage
Yes.
said no because he didn't want to be betrayed as a ogre.
of course, he's handsome. Look at him. I'm 99% sure he wears a
Nicolas
wig
Cage
in real life.
as Shrek would have been terrible.
Yes.
Terrible. So the way Mike Myers got kind of brought into it, the CEO of DreamWorks, they were at a party together, and he just saw Mike Myers there, and he was like, this would be perfect if he would voice Shrek. It would be awesome. So he just approached him and said, hey, we're doing a movie about an ogre. Do you want to voice him? Do you want to come in? We can talk about it. We can have a meeting. He goes, yeah, definitely. And the whole reason that he took it is because there was the twist of having kind of the bad guy become the good guy at the very end of the movie. That's a really big twist when it comes to fairy tales.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
He
good
was
twists.
like, no,
I
this
mean,
this is a really interesting movie. So
I think the
Little
most
kiss
important
making.
He took
part
it.
is that you don't know it's Mike Myers.
right. Yeah, exactly. You
Because
wouldn't
he has that almost perfect Scottish accent.
Well,
Yes,
it's
it
Shrek's
was-
voice. When you look
was-
at Shrek, that's what you picture is his
Yeah.
voice.
So you can also go on YouTube and look this up, but he did the whole entire movie in a Canadian accent.
So his accent.
Beforehand.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, his
Canadian.
regular voice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. So he did his regular voice the whole entire movie, and then he goes, you know what? He needs to have a Scottish accent, and he pushed it super hard
Nice.
to Spielberg, and Spielberg let him do it.
Nice.
And so he redid the whole entire movie and voiced the whole entire movie again, and I'm sure it cost him a lot of money. A lot of people are saying it cost him $11 million. It didn't cost him $11 million, but it cost them money to,
Depends on how much
to
they
have him
animate.
redo
They
the
might
whole
have-
entire thing.
Yeah. If they had started animating on his old voice, they might have cost that much money. That's interesting. So was Spielberg really involved with this, or not really, or just the beginning?
He was involved at the beginning. He had the rights to the movie, but he didn't produce it. He
Okay.
wasn't the producer of the movie. So
Gotcha.
a lot of it came from DreamWorks and came from John H. Williams.
Gotcha.
So
Well, cool. Okay, and then you meet Farquaad, and I forgot that John Lithgow was the voice of Farquaad. He's so great. He's
Anything
really good.
Lithgow
First,
touches is great.
I know.
the first scene with him is one of my favorite scenes of the movie.
Uh-huh.
With the gingerbread man.
Yes.
The buttons! Not my gumdrop buttons!
All right, then. Who's hiding them?
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane?
And then he brings up the magic mirror, and the magic mirror.
Who does a like a game show reveal of all the.
The magic mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Man.
yeah, you have the magic mirror. That's a really good scene too.
It is a good scene.
Okay, so here is where the adult humor starts to creep in.
Yeah.
Because there was a scene where it's Snow White. She was like, "Oh, she lives with 7 men, but don't think she's easy."
Yeah.
And then it pans to like 3 other guys, and they all like, kind of look at each other.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in this. Like even him in the bed when he's looking at the pictures of Fiona is
Creepy.
What's happening there?
He
Is it a
okay.
boner?
It was a boner.
Okay.
That they showed Farquaad.
He's
Yeah.
like, ooh, yeah.
Farquaad getting a boner in bed, looking at Fiona's picture in the magical
In
mirror.
all fairness, they don't
That
show
is-
it, but it
No,
is,
but he lifts up his
he lifts up his blanket and looks at
his
it.
sheets, and he looks down, and he's like, "Mm."
It's super
So
weird.
weird.
"What the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck? I don't know what that was, but that was weird." That was
Well, John,
Yeah,
that's what
um,
happens when you get sexually excited.
Oh, Johnny, did you know that? I didn't know. Shrek goes and wants to complain about all the fairy tales being on his land. And that first scene, man, when he shows up there and they have that little song is pretty great.
or
Donkey joins him. That's right. Yeah.
Donkey
And-
joins him on this quest that he has to do to save his swamp.
Well, Donkey
Right.
tags along.
Yeah,
Just
he doesn't
kinda
really want
follows
to.
him.
Yeah. But yeah, they get to the place and there's that really funny song in the intro
yes.
of it.
So they get to what is it? What is the town called? I forgot. Farquaad's castle.
Something like fairy or so. It's not like fairyland. It's like something.
yeah.
Neverland.
Anyway,
or
he looks up at the castle and he's like, maybe he's compensating for
something.
that.
Which he was. Apparently, because we
It's
couldn't
a
see
really
it.
tall
on those
castle.
blankets. Yeah,
It's
I know,
Duloc. It's called Duloc.
Duloc, yeah, Duloc.
We're close.
So yeah, you have the music box scene,
Yeah.
which is the first time that I laughed out loud in this movie.
Yeah.
When
Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect town. Here we have some rules, let us lay them down. Don't make waves, stay in line, and we'll get along fine. Duloc is a perfect place. Please keep up on the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face. Duloc is a perfect.
It is funny how, like, I remember when I was little on it, that was like one of the first times I got one of those jokes. I was like, oh man.
They
So
almost
edgy.
said ass.
This movie's so edgy. Now, wait, was it you, Justin? I thought they said
I thought they
ace.
said ace.
yes,
Yeah.
Ace.
They say face, and they show their
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
But I laughed at the picture at the very end when the thing takes the picture and they're like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're like all
that's good.
confused.
That's
Like, what the fuck is this?
good. Yeah.
So then they go
yeah.
to Lord Farquaad and they have that tournament scene.
They
Yeah,
have a
where-
wrestling match
They have
Yeah.
the wrestling match scene with everyone. So
to,
Shrek
to
wins
bad
that.
reputation.
Yeah. That's good.
So Shrek-
That's right.
Oh, go.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, all the knights are there because they're the ones that are gonna try to find Fiona, and he has a really good line where he goes, "Some of you might die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take." Which
And
is
everybody
great.
starts clapping.
Yeah, everybody
they have
starts
the
clapping.
applause signs.
Yeah, the applause sign. Yeah, but then he shows up and they say whoever kills the ogre gets to go, and Shrek takes them all down with Donkey's help, which is pretty great. And then they try to go get her from the castle, and a lot of talking about onions with.
That's a funny
Ogres
scene.
are like an
It's pretty
onion.
yeah, it's pretty
They
good.
smell.
Yeah.
If you leave them all out in the sun, they just start throwing all these brown things.
Yeah, that's right.
Like a pancake. No.
They get to the thing in the castle, and the dragon's there, and the dragon loves Donkey. This is part of my favorite interaction. This is part of my
All
favorite
right.
Donkey moment.
Someone's got to
is
explain this.
how does it happen anatomy wise?
What is this? Why was this put in the movie?
Why not?
Justin's concerned about crossbreeds. right
Is this
here.
not
I
the
don't know
weirdest
what's
thing
going on.
that you?
Haven't you seen the sequels? They have little donkey dragons.
That's the creepiest
Yes,
thing.
Babies?
they do. Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
That's fine. I thought it was funny.
It's funny. It's
and it is funny.
Yeah.
This scene, I didn't really feel like it was that. I didn't feel like this scene was that funny. I felt like they made it a lot more epic when it came to the music and
Yeah.
like kind of like panning the camera around than it
Right.
needed to be.
Well, I mean, it's
don't
not that I found it funny. I think this is the best
It's-
lines from Eddie Murphy. When he's trying to give, make all the excuses to why he doesn't want to date the dragon. I don't know. It's hard to think of Murphy lines in this movie because they're so fast and so funny that it's hard to remember which one.
I think my favorite parts from this scene is like where Shrek is shaking the bridge with him on it.
Yeah.
And then when Fiona's in there and like acting like she's asleep.
Yeah, he crashes through the wall, and Fiona's acting like she's asleep. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not like Cameron Diaz in this movie. I thought her voice acting was terrible.
What?
I did not like it. I thought it was so forced.
Maybe because she's like, all right, I'm gonna put this out there. I don't know if I told you, but she was my first animated crush. Like, you know how people like Little Mermaid and people like I don't know, Jasmine, whatever. No, she was my first animated crush.
Okay.
Or the lion from Lion King.
No, it's just
No, is that not a thing?
No,
Okay.
no, that's not a thing.
Nala, no. Okay.
So anyway, Shrek rescues
Andy's mom. What?
rescue
From Toy Story.
Shrek rescues
Bo Peep.
Fiona from
Mrs.
the
Potato Head.
castle and everything like that. And I like the bridge scene when Donkey's like walking up to that, but we'll just skip over it. It's fine.
This is a good scene. This is a good. This scene does have the part where they have the score, and the score is actually really good in this. Like, it's kind of hidden behind the Smash Mouth songs, but they actually do have a good score to this movie. I can play a little bit of it, but it's a good score. It's pretty epic.
So then you have my favorite line from the movie.
Okay.
Right here, where so they rescue them. Fiona's trying to get Shrek to take off his helmet because he's wearing a knight helmet.
That's right.
And he knows if he takes it off, that she's gonna figure out that he's an ogre.
Right.
So she's saying like, "Oh, you're my true love," and Donkey goes, "Whoa, wait. You think Shrek is your true love?"
And they start laughing.
And then they just like both look at each other like,
Yeah,
and they just start laughing.
Pretty good.
That's my favorite line.
Yeah, that's a good one. And while they're walking back to Farquaad, they start liking each other, right? Shrek and Fiona.
Yeah. So you figure out that Fiona, she has some deep, dark secret.
Yeah, they don't really say what it is. It's just
It
really
is.
weird. Do y'all remember what it was like the first time you saw this movie? If you knew what it was?
I did not. I was
Yeah.
like, that's really weird.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was gonna be.
I mean, but when I first watched this movie, I was like 11.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
was just like,
That's what I'm
this
saying.
is curious.
Yeah, I wonder like what
Little
adults thought.
twisty.
Yeah, I wonder what
Uh-huh.
adults thought watching it. Like, what if it was gonna like?
Yeah.
I feel like adults could watch this and be like, "Oh, she's gonna be an ogre too," and then probably guessed it. But as kids, you're like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Yeah. So yeah, it turns out that she was cursed when she was little, and she's an ogre at
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. So and then True Love's first kiss is what gives her true form.
An ugly ass
Yes.
ogre.
Ugly ass ogre. So then there's
couldn't love that
then
face.
Donkey figures it out and he's talking to her, and I hate when movies do this, but Shrek walks up.
He misunderstands.
Yeah, but it's like,
Like
if
he
he would
hears
have
what.
if he would have heard
hears what they're saying.
if he would have heard a sentence before or a sentence after, he would have known. But he heard it exactly the wrong time. I don't like that when movies do that, but it was fun.
It happens. It
I guess
happens sometimes.
does it?
I mean, okay, there's moments that you join into a conversation, and you're just like, what the hell were they talking about when it
Yeah.
comes to that conversation?
But I don't make assumptions because I'm not a moron.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
okay.
Like Shrek.
So, are you calling Mike Myers an idiot?
I'm
Your
calling
best friend?
Shrek, the fictional character, an idiot.
Oh,
Because
well.
Mike
That is-
Myers didn't actually do that. Stupid.
We don't know that though. He might have. Though he might have had a misunderstanding with his wife at one point.
You have no
And he-
evidence.
I'm,
that?
I'm so confused. So Mike Myers is not Shrek.
No.
Shrek's not a real person. Is
Shrek
this
isn't
his
real.
story?
Shrek wasn't on SNL.
Shrek doesn't exist.
I'm so confused. So Shrek gets mad. He brings Farquaad's group to him, and then they decide to get married. And pretty good stuff. I mean, I enjoyed the wedding. It was pretty funny. And then the dragon comes back. Pretty good stuff.
We did skip the Robin Hood scene. That was kind of funny.
That was a good scene.
That's a
Okay,
good
so on the way to Dulon.
Duloc. You say you like this
Duloc.
movie. You don't even know the name of the town.
Shut
Got
up. All right. On the way to Duloc, you find out Fiona can kick ass,
That's right.
and she kicks
Matrix style.
She kicks Robin Hood's ass
Yep.
and his merry men. And there was another adult joke where they were about to say that he likes getting laid, and then he pops up and he's like paid.
And he
Oh,
gets
I never
kicked in
put
the
that together.
balls.
That's right. I didn't put that together. That's really funny.
Just
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in
It's
this.
an edgy movie.
The end
I
is
mean,
pretty.
what I'm saying.
Let's be honest. The end thing is kind of lackluster.
You like when he crashes the wedding and stuff?
Yeah, like that's pretty predictable.
It is.
It's okay, but it's just like okay.
But I remember being surprised when I saw it originally that she became an ogre. I thought they were gonna fall in love, but I just thought she was gonna be.
That was
The regular
surprising.
person. It did
Yeah.
no, that did surprise me too.
Yeah.
That she turned into the ogre and not the actual
Yeah.
like the girl that I fell in love with when I was little. You know.
Now that she's an ogre.
Uh,
Do you still love her as an ogre?
No,
Wow, superficial of you.
I guess I'm a shallow person.
How shallow of you,
I don't love ogres.
John. Skin color shouldn't matter.
True. More definition of John's racism.
No.
John hates green people.
So we also skipped 2 scenes. We we skipped the butt scene where Shrek gets an arrow in his butt,
That's true. That's a good one. Yeah.
and Shrek thinks that Donkey thinks Shrek's gonna die. And then one of my favorite scenes.
You're gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
You guys get a
Oh
flower.
my gosh, Shrek's gonna die! No, and then you also have the scene where Shrek has like his heartbreak. He has his heartbreak, and he like becomes an asshole to
Yeah.
everyone else. And they played like the Hallelujah song or whatever.
Yes.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
And then you have the scene after that, which is my favorite scene, of Shrek and Donkey kind of making up with each
Yeah.
other.
It's a good scene.
And
'cause-
I guess because it was like an emotional scene when I was little, and I thought that was really cool. As seeing it again, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was a good scene. I mean, it was funny him going there and like wanting to take part of his land and everything. I thought it was a pretty good scene.
And Shrek apologizes to Donkey just about everything that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
And
then
then- Good.
Farquaad, he got ate by Shrek.
Yeah.
breaks up the wedding, and Farquaad gets eaten by the dragon that is doing Donkey.
Yeah, that's all right. Not yet though. We don't know.
Yeah,
Eventually they do.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Shrek kisses Fiona, and
Yep.
that's it.
You think there's some
Pretty
fan
much
art
the
of
end
that
movie.
the donkey and the dragon?
Probably so.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they live happily ever after,
Yeah.
and it was over.
It's a great story.
All right, you have any final thoughts?
All right. Well, so John had some technical difficulties, so we're gonna finish it out with him here.
Yeah.
You want to finish your thought, Chris?
Yeah, I really liked it. It holds up. He gets a point for me. It was a good time.
Yeah, John gets a point for me as well. This is pretty good. It had a lot of good lines. The only thing that doesn't hold up is really the animation, but
Yeah.
the animation has come so far nowadays. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So John gets 2 points.
We'll assume that he's gonna have us watch the second one because the second one's really good. And
Yeah,
I'm sure he's gonna have us watch it because I'm sure he really enjoyed watching it again.
it has some pretty funny new characters.
Yeah.
So You want me to take us home there, Chris?
Well, let me do what we're doing next week, buddy.
Oh, next week? See, I don't do all this stuff, so I don't know. I guess I have to be John today, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
So next week, it's you.
Yeah, we are watching back to our staple here, Boy Meets World Season 4.
So yes, Chris's automatic point of the year.
Automatic points, but Season 4 is great. Justin, I know you know how good it is. John, I'm excited to see what he thinks because he's never seen this before. But man, it's starting to get good because I've already watched some of it and it's starting to get good.
It's some good stuff. So look forward to that next week.
Yep.
It'll be pretty good.
Yep. Okay. I mean, do you want to take us home or you want me to do it?
I guess I'll try.
Go for it.
All right, so we do have social media. That's John's job. He
Yes.
runs Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Another Man's Pod.
Yeah.
So if you would like to, give us a follow. We do dank memes and videos and clips. We also have a Patreon, Another Man's Pod. We just put up, or are going to put up pretty soon here, us watching Zoolander. We get drunk.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
pretty
make an
fun.
announcement for anybody who watch. Everyone on our Patreon can go on there and we'll tell you when to time it up, and then you'll start it up when we do, and you can listen to us talk about it while it talks. It's a pretty good time. You get a good time with it.
Yeah, so just make sure you give us a follow, especially on Apple Podcasts. Give us a like, review us. Really helps the podcast grow.
Yeah.
See, John, I could do John's job.
You make
See?
it sound like it's so hard. We can do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
John fumbles all the time. I did that all from memory.
You're so good, Justin.
I'm so good at this podcasting thing.
All right, well,
John, or Chris, where can you
Yeah.
find us if you wanted to listen to us?
I mean, you can listen to us wherever you listen to us now, but
Like
mostly
what?
on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play. Watch us on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing, except for Justin leaving or John just mysteriously disappearing from this. But yeah, you can watch the clips that we talk about on YouTube. We're on a lot of things though. Our main website's on the Podbean website. It's anothermanspod at .podbean.com, so you can check us out there.
Yeah, definitely check out our YouTube stuff. Keep review if you haven't reviewed us on Apple Podcasts, do that because apparently we're like number 1 or 2 when you search us now when it comes to nostalgia.
Yeah, if you search nostalgia, we're up there. I think we're 1, or I think we bounce back and forth. That's
It's pretty cool though. Like this
Very
little,
cool.
The little podcast that is us.
and that only happens when you guys review on there. So please go on there and review. We've gotten a lot of reviews in the last couple weeks.
So
It's been awesome.
thank you if you reviewed. Thank you for everybody who's gotten us where we are.
Yep, we'll see you next week with Boy Meets World Season 4.
Peace.